Okay, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and touch on the border. Now, you guys think of it from a stereotypical lost in translation perspective, which is modernized. You're thinking on modern terms, and you're thinking very happily ever after type terms. You're not really thinking at all. You're just going along with the get along. So what you see is just a program, but you don't see the actual function. So when it comes to the border, people are rushing through left and right. It's not just the southern border, that's just where your attention's at. They're rushing through from above, below, left, right, front, back, side to side, and they never let whole niggas ride. Alright? So, I'm gonna tell you something, man. The reason why they're flooding in from all directions, I told you from the beginning. I told you. America is North America is the center of the planet. It is the behemoth that is written in the book called the Bible. From the beginning to the end, the behemoth is there. They talk about him in the book of Job. And the book of Job is all about the return. The return of the Most High's Son, Yahshua. The book of Job is also a precursor of when Yeshua was in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights and went up against Satan and was tempted by Satan. Alright? That is the story of Job. And Job is the story of Yeshua. They have the same name. That's why Yeshua's whole plot is about the return. When he returns, his whole coming is warning you about when he returns. The whole damn book is to warn you about when he returns. Period. Every prophecy is about when he comes the second time. Okay. Yashubab, aka shortened form Job, is Yashaya. They call him Yashubab because Yashub stands for turn back or repent to Yah. Turn back to Yah, or Yah returns. Okay? The return of Yah. Yashub means to turn around or to repent. Okay? Like, and Yah is that also because it stands for the Shabbat. It means rest also. Shubat, Shub, Yashubab. That is Job's name, Yashubab. That's why it's Job. For the first letter, Yah, and then for the last two, Bob. Job. Okay? Yashobab. Job. Yashaya. Okay? Yashaya, Yashobab. Yashaya first, Yashobab second. Comes again. That is the one that defeats Satan. Okay? Okay? It's the only time you really hear about Satan fighting somebody in the book, in the Bible, is when he fights Michael and when he comes down to challenge Job. All right. So Mikahiah means one who is like Yah, who you guys call Michael. Yashubab, Job, is Yashaya, and he is the son of Yah. He is the word of Yah, and he is Yah. So that is one who is like Yah, fighting Satan all over again. So you see, okay, done, deal. Okay, what's the point of this? The point of this is that you're looking at the return of the Most High. And at the end of days, you guys are fleeing your countries because he said that the dragon will deceive the whole world and then will attempt to rise up and overthrow heaven all over again. Okay? He did it before and he's trying to do it again. But this time, Yashaya comes back. Alright? This time, Yashaya comes back. But what happened was, all these little Mayan prophecies and all that stuff, all of the prophecies from the south down there, that is about the dragon returning, waking up. Okay? So just like Yashaya returns, the dragon returns. Like I said, the dragon rises up and deceives the whole world again. That's the dragon returning. Yashaya doesn't rise up, he comes down. That means it's like you're in between a rock and a hard place, between two teeth, one coming down, one coming up, and you're in between. All right, so there's people trying to get the hell up out the middle, right? Get the hell up out the way. All right, so what you're doing is, you can't have the behemoth and you can't have the dragon together. They're at war with each other. The behemoth was here first. He was the first of the upright. All right, the behemoth is the center. Everything is built around the center from the outside. This is the foundation of the earth, the behemoth. Okay, the dragon also represents sort of kind of the water form. It's a water serpent. It wraps around the behemoth. That's what you call the earth, the ball earth. It's Dragon Ball Z, the dragon, and then the ball is the behemoth. Okay, and that's how it is. Like, it's wrapped around like a pole, like the dollar sign. All right, so the dragon waking up, that means it's going to shake up everything that everybody that stands on top of the dragon is getting shooken up, and they're leaving their countries, and the spirit of the dragon is rising, the people of the dragon are rising, the children of the dragon are rising, legion. All of that is hell is breaking loose. When the dragon wakes up, hell is coming with it. Like, you guys don't understand. Death and Hades come together. All right, the dragon is death also. All right, he's a form of death, one of the deaths. All right, but ultimately he's death. All right, so what we're saying is that this dragon is South America, Antarctica, all of the Russia, everything over to Spain and Portugal, Greece, Turkey, I shouldn't say Greece, but Turkey, Finland, Britain, all that stuff is the dragon. All right, from the north of the world to the top and the bottom of the world, it is all dragon. The middle is the behemoth. The behemoth is the equator, and the behemoth is AKA the hollow earth, the center of the earth. Okay, so the outside the behemoth is the middle, and on the inside the behemoth is the center. Okay, the dragon is trying to penetrate, hibernate inside of it. I don't know what the hell. Eat it, I don't know, but the dragon's trying to go in or out or all throughout, something like that, to and fro on this behemoth. All right, so, and that's it. The behemoth is the earth. The dragon is an allusion. Like, so let's say the behemoth is like the planet, and the dragon is like the rings of Saturn. But let's say if the rings tightened up and constricted and started to squeeze on the planet, that is what you're looking at on the map when you look at Earth. You're looking at a dragon squeezing and wrapped around a behemoth, and it creates a ball, like a ball python. Okay, Dragon Ball Z. Okay, The behemoth is also known as Baal, because they represent a bull, four-legged, all the four-leggeds, all the uprights. He's a representation of it. But anyway, so you guys are caught up in modern way of thinking, which is blasphemy in Babylon. When you speak this English language, which is nothing but the angels of Satan and legion. I'll say that again. It is Anglo-Saxon and Latin. And you're just in a tunnel, ping pong between the two of them, and that's what you call English. You don't get no understanding. All right. So the point is, what you guys see is they're funneling you into damnation with every breath. You gotta see that they're lying to you. All right, they tell you one thing, but they do another. So not only do you see that, oh, the border is doing this and the border is doing that, and where the country is this and that, but the conspiracy part of it is what they're doing. They tell you one thing, yes, we're doing that, but then they are also, if not only, doing something else. That is they conspire to do that. What they do is conspired. If it's they, it's automatically a conspired effort. If it is a single person, it is not a conspiracy. If it is more than one, if you can't point to one person and solve the damn problem, it's a conspiracy. If you can, then it's not a conspiracy. You can point to the damn person that caused the problem, the root of the situation. Boom, uprooted, out of here. Bam, done. But if it's more than one, it's a conspired event. They conspired. They cooperated. Okay? They conspired around you. Okay? Head to tail. That's a conspiracy. You know, with the dragon. See, the thing is, with the fallen angels and the dragon, and the demons and stuff, they got more than one head and shit like that. So they could have like a head on the butt, like cockroaches. That a cockroach is a damn conspiracy. They got two brains. Okay, we'll just call it that. An amoeba, that's a conspiracy. Okay, we'll just call it that. All right, whatever is self-replicating and has more than one brain and all that stuff. Well, that's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy. All right, that's something that's pretending that it's not and then it is. It's a bunch of bullshit. You're dealing with dragon type illusion stuff right there. All right. So what I'm saying is, sometimes you can point to one person and say, oh, that's the person that's responsible, but there's a hand up their butt. Okay? And that hand connects to somebody that is responsible. Is it a conspiracy? Not so much. The person with the hand up their butt is not really the conspirer. Alright? It's like having two brains, though. Person's got a brain, but the hand up their butt is also serving as a second brain, a controlling brain. You get it? So therefore, one brain does what the other brain says. Conspiracy. Conception, conspiracy. Okay. Now, the person with the hand up their butt can conspire with somebody else with the same hand up their butt to not tell you, and and that's a conspiracy. All right. Now, what you have is the hand up the butt situation when it comes to the border. There's people with hands up their butts, and they got perfectly good working brains, but their hand up their butt, is a dis-ease. When you have dis-ease, it's not easy to think. It's a disruptor. It's a monkey wrench. Okay? So, what you have is you have the dragon with his hand up a bunch of people's butt. How do you think he deceived the whole world? Deception, conspiracy. English is a conspiracy. It's between the fallen angels, or the angels of Satan, Anglo-Saxon, and Legion, Latin. Okay, that's a conspiracy. They conspire against the flesh, the living, you, to run your ass into the grave, into their mouths. Okay. All right. How do they do it? By your mouth. That's crazy. They use your mouth to feed their mouth. Interesting. Well, at the end of the day, guys, like I said, you're dealing with a conspiracy where the dragon, everybody the dragon shakes up, the people take off and start running for a better place, a new place to live, safer place offering sanctuary. Now the people would, the place that's offering sanctuary, for some reason, why would they suddenly be offering sanctuary at the same exact time as the dragon making people need sanctuary? Problem, need sanctuary. Solution, have sanctuary. Now that is a conspiracy. Because that's a corral tactic. Everybody's getting off of the dragon and jumping onto the behemoth. Okay? The dragon's not from here. Okay? Neither are we. But yeah, the dragon's not from here. Now what it is the dragon has a bunch of infiltrators, his own, that he sent in so that you can't tell the difference between the people when they're coming in and dragon's people. You can't tell. You just can't tell. So that creates a confusion, more Babylon. You know, they don't speak the language. They can't tell you what they're running from. A bunch of stuff. A lot of lack of expression. Lack of expression creates build up, creates bombs, explosions, boiling pots, war, blood, massacre, death, end of the world type of situation. Armageddon. Especially on the millions of people that you have let surround the people centered around this country. So, like I said, you have to look at why you're doing what you're doing to understand what the hell you're really doing. All you see is, oh, this is what we're doing. No. See, what they tell you and what they're doing is two different things. So you're all talking about the same thing. You're talking about what they're telling you. See, that's where you're wrong. That's where you've been deceived. All right? And then once you start to break past that wall of deception then you'll start getting censored. They start censoring you. You know you're on. You know you've broken out. All right. So what happens is they use you to fool the rest of you. A few of you for the rest of you. One for all and all for one type stuff. So they'll pump up and hype up a few people and make them just a good fool. Somebody that's really fooled, somebody that just can't see and will never see. And it's just so far-fetched from the truth, you'll never find it from them. So that's who you guys listen to. And they duplicate that effort. They multiply it to where there's just a league of people saying the same shit, whether they're on left side or right side, upside, down side. Everybody's saying the same stuff. Nobody's happy with the situation, period. When everybody's saying the same stuff, nobody's happy with the situation. You obviously agree. But when two people agree upon something, it should be easier to solve the problem. But you're being made and forced to avoid solving the problem. Like I said, you're between a rock and a hard place. And the house divided is the house destroyed. So you can't understand the truth, you can't tell the truth. You don't even know when to tell the truth, who to tell it to. You don't have the truth in you to tell. And that's what you're dealing with when you guys communicate about national sovereign problems. You don't have the understanding to serve. Just because you can speak the words as they are written does not mean that you have a relationship with what those words do. Saying one thing and doing another is what you end up. So therefore, you being glorified are fooling other people who just follow your lead. And it's easy because people are incentivized to just don't ask questions, follow the leader. And you're actually the scapegoat at the end of the day. Like I said, the one with the hand up the butt. All right? Because you're telling the story that they want you to tell. You're not going out there and finding it for real. You're not stepping back from the scene because you don't want to lose status. You don't want to lose your cool points. You don't want to let that bag get away. That bag is going to be the thing to kill all of y'all. Straight up. Bog. Reverse that is God. But anyway, that bag gonna kill y'all, man. That's why people are running over here also. Oh, it's an easy bag. Oh, they paying us a bag to just go ahead and flood the country. We don't know why. Yeah, you don't know why, because they're sending their stowaways amongst you. You're refugees, and then there's stowaways amongst refugees. You're like, how the robbers gonna jack the robbers? How the stowaway is gonna stow away on the stowaway? That's what we're up against, man. Like I said, you're up against double crossing, saying one thing and doing another. And at the end of the day, that creates another thing. And that's what I'm saying. It's the bigger picture that you don't see. You're blaming this border shit on each other, but you're not looking at, it's like this, man. Let's say the little brother is next in line, and there's only one left of what the big brother wants. So the big brother says, well, little brother's gonna pick it 100%. So he knows if he makes little brother get out of line, he's gonna lose that spot. So what he does is, before little brother can see what he wants, big brother goes and distracts little brother. If that don't work, oh, well, since you don't want to, pay attention to this distraction, we're gonna go ahead and get you in trouble. All he got to do is punch the little brother or something. Something a little sneaky, make the little brother scream out loud. Mama, what did I say? I told y'all when we in public, don't be yelling out, acting a fool. Little brother, blah, 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 pop, 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 get smacked. Here, get over here beside me. You don't know how to act. You can't go nowhere. So little brother can't go and get what they want. Now big brother has what he wants all to himself. You know what I mean? And even now, he don't even gotta share with little brother. Little brother been bad. Little brother just thinking big brother just a mean ass dude. Big brother is like, well, it served its purpose. I'll be nice to you on the other end and make it up, give you something else. Wait for another opportunity. And it's all just to fool the mother. You're like, well, if the mother, the little brother don't even know, bro. But the mother is a tool used against him by the older brother, because the older brother knows how the mother is gonna act. The little brother don't even know he's a target. Like, well, kill two birds with one stone. Get mom out the way, get little brother out the way. All you gotta do is start something with little brother. Little brother is the one that needs calming down, needs to be talked to, needs to be pulled to the side, needs to be disciplined. I get to go scot-free, go to do what I want. Yeah, I understand, Ma, I got you. No worries, my bad, won't do it again. Sorry, oh, it's okay. Such and such. Like, you're in a game, bro. Like, that's the way it is. And like, you got to understand that that's how your word is. They're using your word against you. You know what I mean? The older brother teaches you how to speak in order to suit him, not for your survival. You are expendable, 100%. You're just a condom, and then once you break, he's fresh and ready to take over what you left off at. Easy. Look like the hero. Done. One and done. It's done. You're the sacrifice. All right? And the point is, like, it looks admirable, but if you only knew the truth, you'd see how dishonorable it is, because being deceived is not admirable at all. Being deceived is a disgrace. It's disgrace. Grace. Meaning you have the most power in the world, but you don't use it at the right time. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. People who are powerless can beat you because you don't use your power at the right time. You see what I mean? It's a disgrace to your ability to respond, meaning your responsibility. And at the end of the day, you're a disgrace to the truth, because the truth is your ability to respond, and meaning your responsibility, a duty. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And that's what this is all about. They know that this is the rules. They know that this is the game. They're older than you. You don't know. It's a limited time. You don't understand time. They do. Okay? They do. And the point is, you are being used to destroy each other. Mom goes against child, while wicked stepbrother go ahead and do what the hell he want. Take over. Get rid of mom and the child. House is mine now. This is mine. We're gonna do this how we want to do it. Odysseus is gone. Nobody's gonna stop us. It's like the fallen angels. Hey, these little men ain't gonna be able to do nothing. We're just gonna take their women, run them raggedy, take over the world, and anybody stepping in the way, they're gonna have to lay it down. We're gonna have to lay them down. Period. And even if they ain't in the way, if we see them, we just gonna lay them down. Just don't even let them know. Like, don't even let them know. Don't even give them time to communicate that this is going on. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna be a non-disclosure agreement. Period. And the only way you can do that is take no prisoners. And that's what this is, fam. Take no prisoners. And the way that they do that is, you're so busy fighting each other, you don't even realize that you're in prison. You run willingly into it. A trap. A trap. A little cheese set, and there's the trap. You run for it. Bam. A little fear over here, and you run the other way. Right into the trap. Bam. Yeah. That's how it is, man. Yeah, that's how it is. And then, like I said, once you get worn out raggedy, they're just gonna bust out through you like a condom, ready to finish the job and take over whatever the hell you was working on, whatever the hell you spent your whole life working. It's just theirs now. Forget about you. Old news. What? Who is that? I think you're confused. Yeah, that type of stuff. Yeah, that's what you're gonna be. That's the aim. That's the name of the game. You understand? It's a hostile takeover. You know what I mean? When they say New World Order, like when they say climate change, they say Great Reset. You gotta listen to them when they're telling you that something is about to happen. All right, and if not, and if they're just telling you wide open, blatantly telling you, oh, you got no rights, you can't talk, you say something, we're gonna arrest you. We don't care what country you're from. If you don't do what we say, we're gonna arrest you, we're gonna take you, we're gonna find you. Oh, we need your parts. We don't care what you think you are, man, female, woman, child. We don't care, such and such carbon footprint, how you breathe, how you step, what you drive, what you eat. It don't care. You'll eat what we say you eat. You're gonna wear what you want to wear. We'll make you wear what we want you to wear. You ain't gonna own nothing. You're gonna be happy, even if you don't even want to be happy. You have no choice. You're not even gonna be smart enough to know what happiness is. We got shit that's gonna blow your mind. You ain't nothing. We're gods, and you're just crap. This is a caste system, and you're just an extra. You're just background cannon fodder. You're just special effects on the side. You know what I mean? Like, that's what the hell it is, and they're the main star. They're the point of view. That's all you're gonna see is what they say, and everybody repeating what they say. Everybody says the same damn thing. Nobody has a mind of their own, and that's why they say what they say, because you're doing exactly what the hell they say. If you don't do what they say, they got to say something different to make you do what they say. And then that's going to change the game up. Like I said, some people going to fall out. They're going to be like, I ain't willing to say that. Then you're going to divide the forces. That's how you do it. You like I said, man, you start realizing that, hey, if you stop saying what they say, then they got to say something different. Then you'll see who ain't caught up. You'll see that what do they call it? That delay, the ping. You'll see the ping. That's where you fit in, where you get in. That's how you gonna get them. Get them right in stride. That's how I got them. That's how I get them. You be like, nigga, who are you? Yeah, you don't know who the hell I am. I fight in stride. I fight on the run, man. I get you in stride. You think you moving? Shit. I hit you like a hummingbird, fam. Like, you are not moving at all, and you think you're moving. You're not moving until I hit you. Then you go get sent. That's what it is. That's hitting in stride. You know what I mean? They got a plan till the next blink. You know, their plan has to be readjusted because they're not centered. They're no longer in control. You know what I mean? And that's what this is all about, man. They get you going, and look, you lick your chops. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. We get you to lick your chops, and then we break your damn ankles. As soon as you lick your chops, you're gonna bite hard. You're gonna fall hard too. That's what it's all about, man. As soon as you lick your lips, as soon as it's looking good, as soon as you think everything was all good, son. Yeah. As soon as you say peace and safety, sudden destruction, bam, gonna befall you. You're not gonna escape. That's what this is all about, fam. That's what this is all about. You gotta run it up here for peace and safety. And I'm trying to tell you. You're gonna have sudden destruction. It's gonna befall you because it was planned. It's like, how? Yeah, it was planned. We warned your ass. Warned you. There's shit up here that they were tearing down before you even got here that was warning you. The Georgia Guidestones was warning you. It's like 500 million. Don't go above that. All of a sudden, they said, yeah, we're just going to let some more people in the country. Georgia Guidestones got blew up just before that. Just as soon as them people started flooding through, bam, 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 millions of people started flooding through. Boom. 20-something million, 30-something, probably 70 million, something, 100 million people done got up here. And it sounds like what they were trying to do for the book of Revelation. It talks about they were trying to storm heaven, and they needed 100 million demons, all with one mind, all hive-minded. Everybody had one mind. Nobody had the mind of their own. Like it sounds like that's what the hell they did, or they're doing. This is that army that they're doing. That's that dragon army, man. That's the dragon army in the book of Revelations. When he has 100 million coming out the abyss with him to go and challenge heaven. So the point is, and to challenge earth, challenge heaven, all that stuff. So the point is that you guys are looking at it on modern terms, and it's not. Your modern terms are outdated. That's what's fucked. Excuse my French, but that's what's really messed up. Is that your up to date is outdated. Like it's a given. It's given, bro. Like when I say given, it's like mathematics. X, it's given. It's given, all right? It's just, you automatically, it's going to be an X if you have an equation. X equals X. Okay, well, we got to find out what X is. Yes, we got to find out what the given is, all right? Well, this is an equation. That means it equals something. Yep, that's a given. That we know that, definitely. It's not just there. And that's how you guys look at shit. That's what I look at about you guys. Like, you guys look at reports and news and information, and you just look at it and just, like, I guess it's like entertaining and just pass the time or something. Just okay, it happened, boom. You don't look at it like, okay, well, that equals something. Like, and now you need to prepare for that something that it equals. Y'all don't take information like that. A lot of y'all, I'm saying about probably good. It's a good third of you guys, man. Like the world, shit, man. It's probably more than 50%, and it's probably only a third of us that do realize the situation with information. When they say some stuff, you gotta calculate what you already know to understand what they're truly gonna do. That's what we're saying. Like that given is like them. They say one thing, but then the given is them doing another. Okay, since they say this, then what are they doing? Because that's the given. Is like, okay, as soon as they open up their mouth, it's in order to get you to look away from what they're doing. Because like that's the only reason why they use sound, bro. It's a distraction. We just told you. They created these words, this language, in order to confuse you, to distract you, so that you will not succeed. Period. You could succeed from witnessing and knowing anything. So if all they got to do is just distract you with these words, distract you with what they say, make you think that what they say is the truth, and then they can get away, bro. It's easy. It's easy. You be like, what do they need to get away from? They're so innocent. They're so respectable. They're so honorable. They're so important. They're so authoritative. They're so official. Like, You guys, that's the point. They're so decorated. You look at decorations as if like innocence. Oh, it's dressing in a bow so that you don't know. That's what it's always been. I always try to tell y'all, they dressing in a bow so that you don't know. Straight up, like the first horseman that was given a bow, given a ribbon. What's that ribbon? He dressed it up in a ribbon, and he went out conquering. He probably. I ain't gonna trip. I'm just saying, it's probably by deception, man. It's probably all by deception. They're dressing in a bow so that you don't know. You know what I mean? Like you can't tell how. You know what I mean? It's happening, but it's happening. You're not putting two and two together. Like, you see one thing, you're experiencing another, but you just let it be. You're not putting it together and say, oh, the reason why I'm experiencing this, but I'm seeing that. They don't look like they're connected, but while this is around, that is happening. When this goes away, that was not here. But when this is here, that's here. Oh, so there's X. There's your given. Okay, so when this is around, that happens. This dressed in a bow, and then that over there, so that you don't know. It's what you don't know. This dressed in a bow brings everybody over here and says, what's that? What's this? Ooh, ah. And what's hidden in the background is what you don't know. They dress it in a bow so that you don't know. Like, shoot, all you see is the bow. You don't see, what's underneath the wrapping. You know what I mean? What the whole scene, the whole stage is about. It's about fooling you. It's about you. It's not about the thing that you're looking at. It's about you. That's what you need to understand. It's about you. If it caught your attention, it's not about the thing that you're looking at. It's about you. Okay? What needs me to be here? What needs me to look at this? What is somebody gaining from my attention? You know what I mean? That's the type of stuff you have to pay attention to. You know what I mean? So that's what's going to keep you alive. If you don't, you're just going to, like I said, see the trap. You're going to see the cheese. You're not going to see the trap is about you. You know what I mean? The trap was made with your name on it. Mouse. You are the mouse. It's not a cheese trap. All you see is a cheese. Oh, it's a cheese. Dressed in a bow so you don't know. It's a trap. A what trap? A mouse trap. You are the mouse. Dressed in a bow so you don't know. And by the time you find out, you ain't got nothing to get back out of it. You know what I mean? You're separated. You've been processed perfectly, systematically. All right, guys. So that's what this whole border thing is about, man. You're dealing with the behemoth. You're dealing with the Bible. You're dealing with the Leviathan. You're dealing with the fallen angels. You're dealing with the book of Revelations. And you're dealing with Armageddon. You're in Armageddon. Like George Bush told you this shit 20 years ago. Megiddo, Armageddon, Megiddo, Armageddon. And this dude is on deck. All right, it's right at his doorstep. Where is he from? Texas. All right, where is the border off? Texas. All right, Armageddon, Texas. Megiddo, the plains of Megiddo, Texas. All right, MAGA, Megiddo, Armageddon. All right, that's where it's all. This is what, and you guys are just pouring on in, building up, setting up shop, and it's just gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad. It's gonna be bad. This is not gonna end the way you guys think it's gonna end. It's not gonna go the way you guys think it's gonna go. It's gonna be a lot of betrayal. It's gonna be a lot of bloodshed. because the stage is set. Like there's no, like people are fed up. Like when people are deceived, that's the point of deception, man. They deceive you because it wears you thin, so that you've gone too far. Even by the time you found out that you've been deceived, and by that time you don't trust anybody. You don't want to, like, you don't even want to trust the person that told you that you were being deceived. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you become bitter and spiteful, and that's what we call a predictable outcome. Like, people predict that you're going to be worn so thin that you're not going to be of sound mind or sober rational thinking, and you're going to act out irrationally. They expect this, and then they already have a system for you. They're going to label you. They're going to label you with a term that will suit the purpose in the public eye. Say one thing but doing another. They're going to label you a terrorist. They're going to label you some type of this and that, because you found out that you've been fooled, and you're turning on them now, and you're not saying what they want you to say. So now they got to say something different. That's what happened. I said as soon as they say something different, that's when the numbers get divided. And they're saying something different because you don't say what they say no more. So now your ass is getting singled out, and everybody that you're with, all your people, we got to mention their name. So now we got to go ahead and single them all out. Bam. Now we're saying something different. Now our war is on you now, on you and your people. Hold on, you just brought us up here. You just told us to come here. Hey, you ain't gotta. Hey, shut your mouth, man. We don't know what the hell you talking about, bro. Like, we didn't tell you to come here. You're illegal the whole time. What are you talking about, man? Like I said, right hand, left hand. You got the puppet masters and all this stuff, man. Like they get away scot-free. You turn on each other, like, and they don't suffer no loss. They got nothing to lose. They're here. They're supposed to be higher than you, supposed to be better than you, but they're here with you, fighting over the same shit you're fighting over. So what make them better than you? You need to separate yourself and stop letting them use you. Like I said, stop being a condom. Trojan man, you're the damn horse, and they're the damn legion waiting inside to jump out and destroy everything around you and you. You know what I mean? It's the point. Everybody's gonna remember you. They ain't even really know who the hell was inside. You gonna take all the blame. All the Trojan horse did it. That big condom did it. You know what I mean? Looked like a good time. Looked like it was gonna have some fun. Shit busted open, and all of a sudden all hell broke loose. All these AIDS broke out, and death. People getting slayed left and right. Vampires, witches, and warlocks. All type of wicked evil came out of there. Wizards and horsemen and biblical stuff was happening. You know what I mean? That's what Legion is all about, man. You know what I mean? Dressing in a boat so that you don't know. This shit look just like you, mimic you and everything. It said angels, make sure you entertain all strangers, because men have entertained angels unawares. You know what I mean? Angels are the Most High. You don't never know. You don't never know, man. So, like I said, you got people flooding in this border, and this war is about depopulation. You know what I mean? It's a and you be like I said, they say one thing but then they'll do another. That's the whole point. They say that they're against it, but then they're the cause of it, and the cause of it is the main, like, everything that, look, you support them because they say that they're against something. The what you donated goes directly against what you support, and it is the main thing. It is the main donation. It is the main purpose of the donation, is to get you to destroy yourself. What better way is it to fight the enemy than to turn his own efforts against him? Meaning everything you agree upon, you need to succeed upon, comes back to bite you in the ass, or immediately comes to destroy you. You know what I mean? Like, That's the whole point. Like, you're a sucker, and it may take, it's like a Tootsie Roll Pop. It may take you like 3 licks before you get bit. But essentially, they're gonna get tired of sucking on your sucker ass, and they gonna bite you right in half. Like you was between a rock and a hard place. That whole time you're gonna be softer than a Tootsie Roll in the center. Alright? And they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you and toss your little stick leftovers, stickly leftovers right on into the recycling. Wait, next sucker, please. You know what I mean? It's like the dentist. Yeah. Don't eat sweets, or else you're gonna have to come back to me and pay me more money. Here, let me do this operation. This is the last thing we gotta do, and then we'll get you out of here. Here, just breathe some of this in. Here goes some gas. Make you lightheaded. Now you can't think straight. Now you just go along to get along. That feel good? Yeah. Okay. Here you go. Oh, we're all done here. Here's a sucker for you on the way out the door. That sucker, what it does is, it's muscle memory. The last thing you remember about them is them giving you something that spikes your pulse, makes you have euphoria. You had a good time. You felt free of your problems and all that stuff. All the worries in the world just went away. So you become addicted. It becomes a synapse. It becomes a built-up synapse over and over. Them just pimping you, just saying one thing and doing another, and you falling for it like butter every time, and then you go right back into their hands, just like that. Here, you shouldn't do this, but he said. How does it go? It's like saying, I'm just playing, unless you're gonna do it. It's like they covering their tracks. It's a double-edged sword. They say, I'm just playing unless you're gonna do it. It's like trying to play the good guy. Like, say something bad and then say, oh, I'm just playing. But then they let the bad guy sit there and watch your reaction to see how you react when he says, unless you're going to do it. So they can have the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? As saying one thing and doing another. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't like the girls that do it like that. I don't like these girls that do all that mess. Like, that's just too much for me. Like, them girls are not faithful. They don't do this and do that and like that. Nah, I don't like them girls, man. I don't like them girls. You know what I mean? It's like, be like, you know, because I could just like run up and just, like, if I was to go up to you and just be like, hey girl, like, let's go on up to the room, let's go on and do that little thing, you know, do all the things, such and such, and you all, you know, fall for it, and I'm like, yo, I'm just playing. Because you see the attitude. You think I'm some type of this and that? You think I'm some type of that? You're like, oh, I'm just playing, girl. You'd be like, oh, alright. And you'd be like, unless you're gonna do it, you know what I mean? And then you laugh at them. It's a joke. Because you see how their head get messed up all of a sudden. Like, you saw how, like, you could mention it to them, get their mind thinking about it, and then once their mind starts to think about it, and then it becomes a subject or a topic, it becomes a little vivid once you give it a little energy. That little bitty shove, that little bitty push, that little bitty jab, is like a conflict. It just spirals out of control. And then you start to water it. You know what I mean? That's how they do it. They start to water. That's pimping. You know what I mean? That's how they pimp you. You know what I mean? Like, hey, don't do this. Don't do that. This is what causes cavities, this and that. You know, you shouldn't eat this. You shouldn't eat that. Make sure you do these habits and stuff like that. Here, before I get you on out of here, go ahead and take this gas. Take this little, you know, and then I'll go ahead and shine you up, polish you up. Boom, boom, boom. All right, did that hurt? Nope. All right, yeah, you feel good? Yep. All right, here's a sucker before you leave. Bow, gone. You think you just say no more sugar? And you just say this stuff is bad for me? But this sucker is gonna literally like be the first thing on my teeth after you cleaned them up. So now the stain is gonna be fresh on the teeth, like straight up on the teeth. You know what I mean? It's gonna go right through. Like there's nothing there to stop that sugar from penetrating. Not even the old plaque that used to be there that you just wiped out. Now it's just straight up open. You just stripped it of all the protection, and then you just threw the sugar right on top of it. The stuff that you just said is bad for me. It's like I shouldn't say like throwing salt in wounds, but yeah, it's like I said, bro, it's just being counterproductive. Saying one thing and doing another, being bitter and spiteful. And it's a joke. It's a joke, essentially. Like I said, I'm just playing, girl, unless you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? Because in the joke, like it's loose. They get a rise out of it. You know what I mean? Whether you fall for it or not, they get a rise out of it. So, like with them just being around, like you gotta realize that, hey, like I said, like what you say is being manipulated, and they don't think like you. They don't process stuff like you because you're looking at things from an uneducated and unexperienced, and that's how you're so naive to have these things happen that seem like totally random and strange things, but are totally called upon by you in perfect control by you. But you just are inspired by others to do it, not knowing that you're the cause of it. You know what I mean? Influenced by others to do things, not knowing that you're the cause of it. Like I said, like, and you fall for it. You become guilty. You feel guilty for something that somebody else influenced you to do, and you don't even know that they are the cause of it. So you don't have nowhere else to point but you, because you're all you see. But you don't know that you're not seeing what you're doing. What you do is not. All you see is you doing what you do. You don't see that you're doing what somebody else wanted you to do. And then at the end of the day, the only difference is you wish you could take it back, and they're glad and wish it, looking for the next person to do it to. Like that was the whole point. You're a sucker for it. You know what I mean? And that's why you become a loose end, because you're like, how can they get away with this? Well, after they get rid of you, like I said, there's a censorship. They get rid of your voice. You know what I mean? After you're like a condom. You're tossed out. They're not gonna patch you up and use you again. It's too much work, and it's plenty of them to go. Plenty to just toss your ass on and just pull out somebody else fresh, unused, perfectly gullible, and just fit right on in. And that's how they do it. Nike, they create another victory, another victim. You know what I mean? And just keep moving. Like I said, they wear you out like Nikes. You're just a condom. You're a victim. They are the victor. You are the victim. They put their foot in your ass, and then they run you into the ground. They are the victory, the victor, and you are the victim. Okay? So that's the way it is. You're naked, and they're stomping all over you. And they're wiping themselves off on your nakedness. That's what Nike is. A napkin. Nike is just, like I said, it's something to wash off. Just like I said, it's a throwaway, a toss out. Shoot, Nike could have been Trojans. Trojans could have been Nikes. Either way it goes, would have suited the same purpose. You know what I mean? Like, It's not about the Nikes. It's about the knocker, the niker, the knicker. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, we're at an hour and 13 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. But yeah, bro, like it's a war zone, and you're being ran over, misused, and abused, and it's all the blues. It's only because you trust in the news. Like I said, say one thing and do another. They say it's the news, but then they treat it, you're getting treated like a nuisance. So, you know, every problem in the news is solved by a noose. Every problem in the news is solved by a noose. If that's the only weapon that you got, if that's the only tool that you got, you know, they don't call it a weapon, it's a tool. Hey, this is not a weapon, this is a tool, sir. Oh, okay. It's just a rope. Alright. Lots of people dying by that rope. Alright, so like I said, you gotta change up your tools, man. You can't be relying on these nooses to save your ass. These nooses is exactly the opposite. And you fall right on in and break your damn neck. And it censors you. You can't even talk. You're choked up. It takes away your voice. And they'll, you know, like I said, it's recycled. Recycled message. Everybody all around the world sees the same thing, acts the same way. Predictable program, predictable reactions, predictable outcomes. It's an easy game. And you guys are just making it easier and easier because the system goes as the more it recycles, the easier it gets to happen. The more it recycles, the faster it happens. The more it recycles, the worse it happens. Like that's how they can always keep you in suspense, just to make you think that, oh, it's something new. No, it's not new. It's just more intense, to where they can say, oh, on record, this has never happened. But on record, it has. And you have just not reported the intensity of it. You know what I mean? If you reported the intensity of it, you know that it always happens and it just gets more and more intense. And if you look at, like I said, how we've been warned, this is expected. This is expected. Alright, guys. So at the end of the day, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one. This is the end of the video, man. Y'all have a good night. To the Rabbi Hayashah Hayakadosh Kadash Kadash, to the Rabbi Yeshaya Kadash Kadash Kadash, to the Rabbi Hebru Akakma Asaya Kadosh Kadash Kadash. Ashar Yasharun Anami Amen.